All right, what is up, everyone? Gateway has sent us a package full of new discs coming out early 2025. Let's crack this thing open and see what's in there. I'm super excited to get into these because Gateway reached out to us like a week before I left initially for the first wave of like the 50 states videos about wanting to send us some new stuff to do YouTube videos and other content on. So I want to give a huge shout out to them sending these. It looks like, I just opened it up, it looks like we have like 15 discs in here, which is insane to send out. So we appreciate that so much, but let's get into it. It looks like we have some new wizards, and then we have a bunch of lightweight stuff. They really wanted to emphasize the benefit of lighter discs for slower arms or newer people. So they are wanting to lighten and lengthen your game, which is a great little tagline there. I think we just get right into it. I don't know, we have a lot of discs. I was expecting just like a couple to be like, hey, here's this disc and here's this disc, but we have a lot to go through. So let's just jump in. All right, so it looks like off the rip, we're just gonna go top down, obviously. We have the Realm up first. For those that don't know, and I'll put the numbers, like the flight numbers up on the screen, but for those that don't know, the Realm is just a stable like distance driver. This is in their NXT Lite plastic. So they have an NXT already, but this is NXT Lite. And it looks like this is the first time you're able to get lightweight discs in a premium plastic. So before it sounds like they just, they only had lightweight in the base plastic. So now probably in this box, there's gonna be some premium plastic lightweight stuff to get your hands on. I don't know if I mentioned, but I am gonna throw all these discs afterwards. So make sure to stick around to the end there. But yeah, the NXT honestly feels really good. I've been trying to think of comparisons to like other plastics. But I mean, this is just like your classic premium. It feels really good in the hands. The disc itself does anyways. But the plastic is, I think it's very much like a star plastic. Like this is just like your standard in a good way premium plastic. Like this is, if you were gonna get a premium plastic disc, you would want it to feel like this. It's like, it's not tacky, it's not slick. Like it just feels good in the hands. So I'd be interested to throw these. I can't decide. I'm either gonna throw left-handed or I'm gonna have to bring someone else with me when I throw these because they are like super lightweight, some of them. So it should be interesting to see how they fly, but NXT Lite Realm. All right, so up next we have the Sure Grip Lightweight Realm, and it looks like they have 10 molds coming out in lightweight plastic just for opportunities to get newer players, like if they want a full bag of lightweight discs, which honestly would probably help a lot. They have that opportunity now with Gateway, which is huge. This Realm is 152 grams, so a little more lightweight, I think, right? Yeah, a little more lightweight even. I can't tell. I think this looks like base plastic, but it feels like premium. Like it almost feels like a G-Star plastic in the hands. Actually, I think it probably feels more like the Fractal plastic from Prodigy. It's like a nice firm plastic in your hands, but it's got like, I don't know if it like the little bit of tackiness maybe, but it just sticks in there, like it's gonna rip out. So especially being lightweight, I could definitely see this one like being like a stable beginner driver to maybe like an intermediate, like full flight out of this. So this could be really interesting. And lastly for the Realms, we have the Sure Grip Ultra Lightweight, all right. Yeah, so this one is 134 grams, which is insane. I definitely think I'm gonna have to throw this one maybe like left-handed. But this has to be like an ultimate beginner driver. This feels more like G-Star. The Sure Grip regular lightweight definitely feels more like the Fractal. This feels more like a G-Star, like definitely tackier in the hands. It's got a little more give to it. But yeah, this feels really good. I would be interested to throw this because I don't know if I've ever thrown a disc this light. So if you are a new person and you want to throw like the 12 higher speeds like that, I would definitely recommend this disc for sure at this point. That is it for the Realms. We're gonna move on here. It looks like we only have one spear. This is for sure a premium plastic. This is the ultra lightweight. This feels different than the Realm in ultra lightweight, but I think it's the same plastic. So that's kind of interesting. The spear, I actually don't know the numbers. Oh, yes, I do. It's just like a straight fairway driver, it looks like, but this one doesn't have a weight on it, but if it's the ultra lightweight, I'm guessing it's probably in the 130s to 135 class there. So yeah, this one, it's funny. It's like each disc I grab, it actually feels like better and better in the hands. So like, I'm definitely gonna be interested to throw this one, but yeah. All right, so with the Realm, we have the Aura, which is basically the same thing as the Realm, However, it just has a little more turn, so it's probably going to be a little more forgiving for those beginner players or people with slower arms. This one is 157 in the NXT light plastic again, just a good premium plastic disc. This one's got a bit of dome to it. The realms are flat, so this one might even be like a touch more stable. They might fly pretty similar. But no, I definitely like that a lot. And then again, we have the Sure Grip Lightweight and Sure Grip Ultra Lightweight. The lightweight is 152, the ultra lightweight is 134. I could definitely see them being able to make like beginner, like starter packs out of these types of discs, especially them being lightweight. And it's still premium plastic, I believe. So like you're not getting cheap discs either, you know what I mean, that are just gonna beat up super quick. So I actually do kind of like these a lot. I'll be interested to see how they fly being so light for me, but I don't know, could be cool. But yeah, so 3 of those as well. All right, up next, it looks like we have a couple of Houdinis. And for those that don't know, the Houdini is like just like an overstable approach disc, 3303. And they have it in the lightweight and the ultra lightweight, which honestly could be like super useful even to like an advanced player, something that like is still stable, but you can throw out a little harder if you don't like have anything beat up. But to a beginner, this is definitely still gonna be super stable. And honestly, I haven't thrown them yet, so they honestly might still be stable to me. It should be interesting. But again, I don't know if this lightweight plastic, that's like the line of plastic that these are, but these feel, I don't know if you can hear that like in the mic, but just the tackiness of these discs honestly feel really good. I will be interested to see how, oh, this is 161. Oh, this is the ultra lightweight. 141 Houdini flies. This Houdini is just the regular lightweight at 160. I would be interested to see like, because that's too advanced player. That's definitely cause for like maybe a little bit of concern, but I don't know. It's good hand feel. It's just a deep overstable, but 141 might be too light. But for beginners, certainly something to go after for sure. All right, up next we have a disc that I think a lot of people are gonna be super stoked on. It's probably one of their most popular molds. We have a Wizard in the Frosty Evo plastic. This is a new premium run of Wizards. It's been a long time since they've run a premium Wizard, a premium plastic Wizard. So if this is like, if you're a thrower of Wizards, a putter of Wizards, I would definitely get after these for sure. Wizards are pretty stable. They're fairly stable, but especially like in this premium plastic, like if you've been throwing base plastic Wizards, those are obviously gonna beat up a lot faster. So if you want the Wizard flight for longer, then the premium plastic is definitely gonna be the way to go. But this one's pretty awesome. This is not a part of their lightweight set. It doesn't have a weight on it, but I can only imagine it's gonna be like that max 170, 173, you know, and up. So feels really good. Honestly, might have to let Jacob give this one a few tries because he like lives and dies by the Wizards. So super cool disc. All right, up next are actually a couple more Wizards. These are part of the 2025 Winter Wizard set. I don't know, I'll try to zoom in, or maybe when I'm throwing them, I'll show you the stamps here. Really cool stamp here with the Wizard, but covered in snow and everything. It looks really sick. This is a 4S Wizard, so this is like that really gummy, flimsy plastic. Feels really good in the hands. Especially like we're kind of on a beginner's thing really, but this is for everyone that's looking for putters. If you like softer putters like this, Gateway makes them like crazy, crazy. Like the 4S, I forget what it is. It's like super stupid, silly, soft. But yes, it's just like these crazy, flimsy putters. But especially in the wintertime, like a lot of times people will switch to these softer putters because the cold typically makes them a little firmer, so you're almost like compensating for that. Like I putt with firm putters now when it's warm, but in the wintertime I switch to a softer putter just because of the hand feel is so much better. It plays off the chains different. So definitely would get your hands on these too. It looks like this is 4S and this is a nylon Wizard. And this is definitely a bit more stiffer. You can tell I'm really actually trying to get into that. And then you have the 4S is like super easy. So this is a bit more, it's still base plastic, but it's definitely a little more stiffer if you're into that. Like this plastic feels way better in my hands than the super like soft, but really the putters are just personal preference. Do want to give a shout out to Judge Havoc. He's the one that created these. And again, I'll show them up closer so you can really see them in just a second. But yeah, these look super, super sick. And it looks like there's actually an event you can run for these. The Winter Wizard event is a classic winter event. It includes both of these discs. It looks like a mini stash set and a gift card in the players pack. So actually pretty loaded players pack. This is definitely something you can do at like a shorter course, or you can make like a little tiki course at your home course or something, a little par 2, you know what I mean, and just play with these wizards. But I believe you could probably go to Gateway's website and find those if you're wanting to run one for yourself. Moving on, it looks like we have one last thing here, but the one last thing is actually 3 things. This is a Gateway Gauntlet set, so very similar to the Winter Wizard events. They have these Gateway Gauntlet sets, and this is more like your standard, like you probably wouldn't shorten the course for these. You could probably just do this at your local course. This is a 3-disc challenge set, so we have driver, mid, and putter. All right, so we've got the Aura, and this is in the diamond plastic. This is like a little more see-through plastic, where this is the NXT Aura, and again, when I get outside, I'll show them a little closer. But the Aura, again, just stable distance driver, maybe slightly understable distance driver. A little more see-through. In hand fill, the diamond plastic definitely feels like it has a little bit more give. Like it's not as stiff as the NXT plastic, but still feels really, really good in the hands. And this one is actually max weight, it's 175. So I'll throw it with the other Auras as well. That way you can kind of see how each, like the weight of the disc for those newer people or people that are just curious, can see how the weight of the disc affects the flights of the disc as well. So definitely something to try there. All right, up next in the 3-disc pack, we have an NXT Morningstar with a pretty sick dragon stamp on there. For those that don't know, the Morningstar is just like a straight mid, 5401. This one has a good bit of dome to it, but this, again, this NXT plastic feels really good. It stays in the hand. Oh, that's interesting. The Morningstar, and again, I'll show this up close, has little dimples, like circles underneath. I mean, that has to be by design. I don't see it on any other disc. So I wonder if that actually really affects the flight of the disc, but it's actually pretty cool. And lastly, I believe this is the last disc as well. The putter for this is actually, it's called Hole 13, and this is the Embark. This is a new mold in their lineup. I want to say they only have like maybe 4 or 5 molds, but Gateway's the one that makes all of their discs, so I'm guessing that's why they threw it in here. But this is the Embark. This is in their homebound plastic. This is very stiff. I think it's just a base putter plastic, but very stiff, very deep in the hands, at least for me. Like maybe the tiniest little bead, but yeah, just a nice firm putter. 3401, just gonna be a point and shoot guy if you're wanting to throw it. Putting is gonna do what putters normally do. So I don't know, interesting. You can run events with just these 3. I think I mentioned that before, but you can run little 3-disc events here, and these are the players packs, and then obviously you get to play with them. So really cool. Huge shout out to Gateway for sending all this stuff out. I'm excited to go throw it, so let's get out to the field and see what all these discs do. All right, we've finally made it outside. I'm obviously wearing something different. When I recorded the unboxing, that was maybe like 2.5 weeks-ish ago. We got some nasty weather, like highs of like 8, 9 degrees, 8 to 10 inches of snow. It's finally all melted and we're sitting like mid 60s today. So I thought this would probably be the best time to get out and finally do this. So I think what's gonna happen is, because obviously I would not consider myself a beginner. These are very beginner friendly discs, being lightweight. So I think what's gonna happen is I'm probably gonna throw them each a couple times, but once at like a 90% to full power shot, and then once like very toned down, like probably like a 50 to 60% shot, something slower, so you can kind of see someone that's working like on their form or is new and is just slower, what these discs might actually like look like, just so you can kind of see a comparison. All right, so I got them all laid out here. I think we're just gonna go by mold and then by plastic. So like we're gonna start, actually this is the only spear I have, so we're gonna go ahead and start with this. This is the ultra lightweight spear. I forget how much it is. It's like 136 or something like that. I've positioned the camera to be a tailwind, just because if it was a headwind, that really wouldn't make much sense, because these discs are probably just gonna dump if they were. So we're in a tailwind, which typically, especially for the new people, typically makes discs more stable, a little bit at least, depending on how severe it is. But yeah, so we've got like a 130 spear. I'll weigh it when I get back to the store so we can have an official weight, but I know the other ultra lightweight is in the 130s. So we're gonna let this one rip. Again, this one is gonna be about, I'll even probably not do 100%, but like an 80 to 90%, like still substantially faster than probably a newer person, but not like a full speed, like I'm going for max distance type thing. And then again, I'll probably just go pick it up. That way I can keep track of everything I've thrown multiple times. I'll pick it up and then do like a 40 to 50%. So everything will kind of be back to back. But spear. Okay. All right, I'm not 100% sure if that went out of frame or not. I'm gonna watch it back, but that actually went really far. And again, that's just the lightweight is that you were able to kind of throw that faster. That's the whole point. But I'm gonna watch that back real quick. All right, that did go out of frame. I'm gonna go grab it and try to throw that better. Or at least in the shot. All right, so all things considered, the disc actually went a pretty good ways. The tree right out there is definitely, because this is only a 9-speed, I believe, the spear, yeah. 6 glide though is actually, I would say that's pretty accurate. But I was probably like 100 feet short of the tree. I was obviously off to the right, about 100 feet short. I'm gonna throw this one, try to throw it smoother, maybe a little more hyzer just to try to keep it straight. But again, I'm still gonna go about that like 80 to 90% power. Yeah, see, still even, like quick flip up. I could have gotten that one higher for sure, but yeah, still, I mean, you can still see like at throwing at like higher speeds, you can definitely see how quick it's gonna turn over. I also just realized how much time it would take if I literally threw, picked up, came back, threw, picked up the same disc. So I'm gonna go through all of them, but I'll clip it up nice for you, hopefully. That way it looks like it's all one, kind of like I'm throwing each back to back to back to back. All right, so I only had one spear, so I wasn't necessarily getting it out of the way, but I have multiple of the other molds. And so now we're kind of starting with the high speeds and we're just gonna work our way down. So we're starting with the Realm now. This is the NXT Lite 159. We have the Sure Grip lightweight right here, which is 152, and then the ultra lightweight Sure Grip, and this one's 134. That's why I suspect the other spear is probably like in that like low to mid 130s, because this one is too. But again, we'll go full power, roughly full power with each, and then like a toned down, powered down throw. Oh my gosh. All right, NXT Lite, that was pretty much a bullet. It is a stable distance driver for sure. However, I thought with the lightweight, I would get that to flip. So if you're watching this even, like, and I can already tell like when I'm gonna throw like a powered down shot, it's probably going to be a lot more stable than it looks. We're not gonna get a straight flight like that. I actually really like that flight there. Oh, this is the Ultra. All right, 80, 90% lightweight Realm. Oh, that was a lot of hyzer. Still slow flip, okay. I mean, even, I threw that on a lot of hyzer. I didn't throw it like crazy fast, but definitely still holding up. I'll be interested to see how this 134, if this is actually gonna flip or not. Oh, I pulled it, it did though. Holy crap, that's going far though. Crashing back towards the middle. I hope you can see that. But still, I mean, still, even for being a stable disc, but 136 grams, there was not a lot of flip to it. And my form's gotten better. I'm throwing relatively nose down, so I don't think that's like the issue, and power's not. I think the disc, even for being lightweight, is still pretty stable. All right, so up next we have the Aura in the same exact plastics, NXT Lite, Sure Grip lightweight, ultra lightweight Sure Grip. These are a touch less stable than the Realm that we just threw, so I am expecting these to flip a little bit more, but I mean, we'll see. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're definitely pushing that tree. That low-key tailwind, I mean, if that, I honestly might bag that. Tailwind, that just flip up to flat. I honestly, that was probably pretty close to like 80% power, and I bet that's pushing 400 and like very low effort shot there. All right, lightweight's up next. Lightweight Aura. This stuff, the plastic feels good. The Sure Grip, I still am not 100% sure if it's like a base plastic or premium plastic, but it feels really good in the hands. It's like tacky, it sticks in there. Oh my gosh, these things are just bullets. Yeah, not as far, it's pretty close, not as far as the first one, but that's still good. All right, this should be interesting. 134, a little flippier. We're probably gonna try to just, for synonymity, if that's the word, is keep it on the same amount of hyzer. That one definitely has more turn to it. Still fine though. Probably, I don't know, it's actually in the same line as the spear, like that very first one, but I really like that disc actually. All right, so these next few will probably get a couple of tosses as well. I might only do one depending, they're max weight, so as far as the beginner goes, there's not much, but you still want to be able to see kind of how these fly if you do this. This next 3-pack here is part of the Gateway Gauntlet. This is a 3-disc challenge that like you or a local retailer could put on. This is the Aura in diamond plastic. This is max weight. Gateway Morning Star, it's kind of a domey mid, 5401, and then an H13, hole 13 Embark, which is a new putter from them. This is like a homebound firm plastic is what this is. So we're gonna go ahead and give these some chucks and just see. But I'd be interested to see, especially with those lightweight Auras, how much a max weight one like keeps it stable. But yeah, we're gonna let these rip. I kind of ripped over on it. All right, yeah, I definitely need to give that one another chance. That's not a fair shot there. All right, Morning Star, straight mid. This is 180 grams. Low 2, please don't look at that. Bright side, really straight. Okay, we're already gonna throw these again. Just because I said I wasn't planning on it, then the disc golf gods said you're gonna throw these terrible, so you have to throw them again. H13 Embark, straight. Ish, you know, 0-1 putter, pretty neutral. It's not like crazy deep. Good hand feel. It has like maybe the tiniest little bead here, but see how stable it is. One kind of came out early, but definitely no flip to it. Okay, those were definitely user error. We'll give those another rip. All right, up next we have a 3-pack Wizards here. Technically it's a 2-pack and an extra, but this is the 2025 Winter Wizards set. Really cool stamp, hopefully that's focused. Really cool stamp on these. This is like a little, kind of like the Gateway Gauntlet, but a little bit different, that it's just these 2 like putters, but you can make basically like a little par 2 course and shorten everything, a little ace race kind of course, and use these for that. So really cool, and there's other little things that come with it, such as a mini stash set and a gift card in the players packs too. So if you're looking to get a putter and maybe some other stuff with it, definitely something to like look for in your area. And then up next we have the Frosty Evo Wizard. After throwing this, I'll probably end up giving this to Jacob. He's a big Wizard thrower. He's been putting with them for I don't know how long now, for a long time. So to have a premium one that he can throw, it's gonna be really cool. Fairly stable, and it's pretty durable because it is in premium plastic. So we're gonna give these a chuck too. I imagine these are all gonna fly relatively the same, but like obviously the base plastic would eventually beat in a little faster. Pretty straight, a little stable, kind of got a little slippage there. I actually don't know the numbers on a Wizard. I think they're like fairly stable putters if I remember. So I don't know, I think that makes sense. A little flip up to stable. That was a better throw. Really straight, holy cow. All right, that was the second one. All right, and then last we have this premium one. I can only imagine, especially based on what they tell me, that this is gonna be a little more stable. Some wobble coming out, but yeah, it definitely has more finish to it. And that's really like all you could want out of like just a nice stable putter, something that's gonna go about 225, 250, maybe a touch longer if you're a bigger thrower, but those are great. And I actually forgot, we have the Houdinis left. Lightweight Houdinis, I was using them as my tee pad here. So we have, this is the Sure Grip lightweight and ultra lightweight, which is interesting for like approach disc 3 speeds like this. Typically you have like max weight stuff, but again, catered more towards newer players. This could definitely still be like super usable. So we're gonna go lightweight, which is 161, and then the ultra is 141. So Oh my gosh, still dumpy. Oh my gosh, okay. I'm gonna try to throw the ultralight one flatter and see if there's somehow I can get some turn out of this, or if it's still gonna be really, really stable. Still really, really stable. Okay, that's good news for people that are looking for that. Even maybe you like in your bag have like a max weight one and you just kind of want another variation. Great option. All right, we are relocating like probably 60, 65 feet to the right. The entire middle of that, because like I said at the beginning, we got like 8 to 10 inches of snow around here. And so now that it's all melted within the past couple of days, it is just like a swampy, nasty mess. So yeah, we're moving over. It's for whatever reason, it's a little more dry on this right side. Don't quite know how that works, but it is. So let's move on. I mean, and these landed like pretty soft and they're just like nasty, but we'll fix that. Okay, so now we're gonna do some like toned down shots. So the first shot with the spear was, again, like I said, 80, 90% power. This one is probably just gonna be like a 50-ish, as close as I can to that. Just try to smooth something out there. The wind has changed since I've picked up. It is a little bit of a headwind now, which kind of even, affects the disc. It's gonna make it probably turn a little bit more. But so I'm gonna try to keep it on hyzer, smooth, and see what kind of flights we get. This is definitely more what like a beginner or someone working on mechanics probably like the shot would look like, if that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's not uncommon to still get all that turn out of a beginner disc, especially a lightweight one. It's very similar to like the Diamond from Latitude 64. It's like the ultimate beginner driver. They're lightweight, they're really understable, kind of like that. So just something with some turn, and that headwind is gonna hold it even more. So if you're throwing no wind or probably even a tailwind, you probably won't get quite as much turn. It'll probably be a little bit more of a straighter flight. NXT Realm, this thing was a lot more stable than I thought, even throwing it like almost full power. So a toned down shot, I'm gonna try to get it a little flatter. We do have the headwind. It's probably still gonna be much, much more stable. Yeah, I had like the teensiest bit of flip up, but still not like flip up and turn. So it's still really stable, especially like for a newer player. All right, Sure Grip, lightweight. This one, if I remember it turned maybe a little bit, but it was still pretty stable. So I'm expecting the same. Yeah, that one is probably off frame. That's how stable that is. Which, looking at it as a beginner, is pretty like good to know, because I wouldn't typically recommend like distance drivers for beginners. Just because matching the 12 speed is tough. But even like with the lightweight one, and we'll see how this one does. This might be more for you, but see how this one does. But the fact that even with that lightweight one is still stable is like very promising. It's something you can definitely work into. Oh, I pulled that one again last time. That's ridiculous. High wall. Yeah, that just tombstone into the ground. Okay. It's so annoying. Same premise for that one. I don't even know if you could, it probably went off the screen because I'm stupid. But that one had like a little bit of flip and I still didn't throw it that hard. So if you're a newer player, maybe even an intermediate, and you let that thing rip, you probably will get a good bit of turn out of it still for being a stable disc, but I don't think it'll dump on you at all. All right, we got the Auras up next. This should be interesting. These were bombers, going like pretty close to full speed, which was really nice. Like I low-key, like might try to bag this one a little more and see, just for like those tailwinds. Slow it down headwind. I'm predicting like a straight flight out of it, but it's definitely not gonna turn. I don't think it'll turn much. It's still gonna like be pretty overstable. Especially when you throw it into the ground. I'm gonna go get that. Yeah, flip up to flat and turn. Early release, I really hope these stay in the frame or else that would be super annoying, but flip up to flat. Had I thrown that straight, flip up to flat and it faded like just like super, super soft back to the left. I think progressively, like as we get to the lighter weights, like this lightweight one, it'll be more like it'll hold that straight line a little longer. Maybe not get turned, it might, but just hold that straight line a little longer. Or it'll dump completely. Interesting. Okay, I honestly did not expect that. I feel like I threw that one relatively flat and it's still got that turn. We are still in like a little bit of a headwind, enough that it probably does affect the disc, but not enough that like I was super, super worried about it. But this super lightweight one, I'm gonna put on hyzer and we're gonna see if it's gonna flip. Yeah, that's actually a really good flight right there. All right, finally threw a decent one, but yeah, that was pretty much what I expected. Like just power, like, and this is just a tone down. Like if I throw the tech disc a lot, so I've gotten like pretty good at how fast I throw. That was probably like a mid 40s, which is not crazy fast at all, especially for like a newer person just starting out. Mid 40s, flip up flat, turn. I mean, it had the full flight, which especially if you're a new person, you learn about the S flight, that's exactly what you're kind of looking for there. All right, we're back to the Gateway Gauntlet set. I am going to throw these hard still. One, because I didn't throw them good last time. Two, these aren't like the lightweight plastic as advertised, so really doesn't matter. We're just gonna try to let these eat. Oh, I slipped. Smoked it though, still. Get over the hill. Just about. I stepped it off earlier. I meant to U-disc it, but I stepped it off. That was like 125 paces roughly. Like it was like mid-step to get to 25, so probably more 24, which I guess if you multiply that by 3, it's like a 370-ish shot. But yeah, I would think that's probably like, that's pretty good to what I'm throwing. I'm just not throwing that one good. The Morningstar again, I probably won't throw that one again. But my issue is that I like all of my mids to be like board flat. So like for example, this is in my bag. This is a Proto M1. I don't know if it's gonna focus. You can kind of tell that there's no dome there. Like this is just, oops, like just nice and flat throughout. That's what I like out of mids, and that Morningstar is definitely pretty domey. So it's just a little different, weird kind of hand feel for me. All right, let's try this in bark again. Keep it high. It's weird too. So like I'm now switching between like fan grip and power grip. I never power grip putters just because they are so deep. I try to fan grip, so it's now because I'm just trying to fan grips like a couple discs, it feels weird. I'm just making excuses, but yeah, that headwind definitely gave it the turn, but you can see it's panning like ever so slowly back out of the flight. So that's like very promising for like a new person. Well, I guess it doesn't even matter if it's a new person, but for someone that like, you can definitely still, even for 0-1, like you can trust that disc, you know, in probably most winds. All right, Gateway Gauntlet putters and then the Frosty Evo Wizard. We're gonna see, it'll be interesting. I expect these to have very similar flights to the Gauntlet putter, the Embark, where you're gonna get some turn, but it's probably just gonna be like slow pan, maybe even a little more stable. Again, I don't remember the numbers on the Wizard, but it'll be interesting to see how this one holds up. Okay, they're definitely more stable. For sure, for sure. Okay. Oh, I slipped. I mean, straight flight. That is what's tough about it being just wet everywhere, it's just falling. I think I'm gonna try to get this one flat to Anheuser and see how much it wants to fight, because it is supposed to be more stable. So I'm interested to see. Oh yeah. Dang, that's really nice. If you're looking for, yeah, straight, stable putter that you can probably maneuver like that on a lot of lines, I would definitely recommend that disc. All right, we've got the Houdinis, lightweight, then ultra lightweight. I'm gonna go slow on these and do like a touch of Anheuser. I'm gonna try to throw them exactly like I threw the Frosty Evo Wizard. Touch of Anheuser and basically just see how fast these are gonna fight out. Low. All right, we're gonna throw the next one better. I mean, that was low and not in the air for very long. A lot of Anheuser, and it basically landed flat on the ground. Pretty straight actually. So that was the ultra lightweight sure grip Houdini. Not a lot of power, pretty good. I mean, it was pretty good anhyzer, I'd say. And it basically, again, kind of landed flat. It was definitely starting to fight. That doesn't make it like super understable or anything like that. There was definitely still some integrity, but yeah, I like that a lot. All right, that is it. I really didn't know how long this video was gonna end up being because I honestly don't do like a ton of field work, so trying out new discs is not something I'm like super regular to, but I wanna give a huge shout out to Gateway for sending us all those discs to promote for you guys. You should be able to, I'm not sure exactly when they come out, you might check Gateway's website, but they should be available to purchase, if not now, very, very soon. These have been great discs for beginners and experienced players alike. Like even the lightweight Realm and the lightweight Aura, like I got some of my longest flights out of those. And typically I shy away from lighter weight stuff because I like to think I throw too far and I just like, it'll just dump over. Not the case, at least for these discs, not the case. The Aura, flip up to flat turn, like that was low-key like one of my furthest drives like in recent memory, especially just like on flat ground like this. Very, very cool. But yeah, if you're interested, I would definitely head over to gateway.com, I'm assuming, and definitely check their stuff out. We have a lot of videos as well, so if you like this one, like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to do more of this type of stuff. The people in the comments can probably let me know if this was good or bad or what I could do to at least be better at it. Maybe don't say I'm bad because that would hurt my feelings. Tell me what I can do like better as far as field work, like disc review types do. Normally I play a course, but there were so many discs that I just wanted to get out and throw them all on flat ground. But that is it. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. I was like Mountain Disc to the moon.